playing the demon is creating these two different versions of this guy, playing the sort of average guy who's really in a little bit over his head. He meets somebody who's very, very different than probably his wife, and there's that section versus when everything starts to go wrong, and there's that light switch moment where he comes alive as something else. So the challenges are also the things that I enjoy about it, finding that roadmap, and especially when you work so out of order, it has to be really specific. You have to sort of pinpoint where you are at all times and where he's at mentally and emotionally. So that's been fun. That's been a cool challenge. He's kind of driven by just really wanting to get back to her and capture her, and he's almost like on a Terminator-like mission, but without really understanding what the outcome's going to be. It's really just piecing it all together until you really kind of understand this guy's, I guess, motivation or where he's coming from and his mindset. Willa's great. Me and Willa, we got kind of thrown into it because we shot the end first, which is always kind of an interesting thing, but this movie's so out of order anyway that it almost makes sense to shoot the ending first. She's really in it and dedicated to what she's doing, and she's she goes like 110%. She's super prepared, and she's really talented, and that's on set, and then off set we get along really well. We've hung out a handful of times and gone out and grabbed some food and talked about characters and just gotten to know each other, and she's really a very kind person and giving actor, and it's really sort of all you can ask for in a kind of in a scene partner. An interesting filmmaker. He has a very clear vision of what he wants. He's like a purist, essentially. He likes to shoot on film. He's using a lot of really cool lenses, a lot of really wide lenses that I think is going to give the film a really unique look. He's taking a lot of chances in the way he's shooting it, which is exciting because it's going to definitely give this film a very specific voice and specific look, which is exciting. It's exciting to work with people who want to push things, and when people push things, they tend to get pushback. It usually means you're doing something different, which I like and I think is exciting, and I really think he's onto something very, very cool. Giovanni's been really impressive. He's created a really great look for the film with JT, and he really knows what he's talking about, which, coming from a point of view of an actor who's loved him as an actor, to walk on set and see him take on a completely different role is really impressive, and not just take on a completely different role, but excel at it. Very fun to work together as colleagues, peers. It's still strange to me sometimes to look over and see him and be like, I've loved you forever, as an actor, and here you are now as a DP, and it's been very cool. And him and JT work really, really well together. The nice part about the horror genre and the thriller genre, which I think have a lot of crossover, there really is an audience for it. People are hungry for that. I would say in the way the film world is right now, I think you have two sort of sure things. You have superhero movies, and then people really show up for horror films, which is cool. There's a lot of support for the genre, so it's fun. It's fun to play in because people really enjoy it. People like being scared. People like that tense feeling. It's a very visceral experience and shared experience going to see a horror film in the theater with when everybody jumps at the same time or screams at the same time. It's a lot of fun.